Greetings from asterisk squawk on the street asterisk once again, approximately 8 minutes prior to the opening of trading on Monday at the New York Stock Exchange. Let's begin discussing equities that aren't Intel, at least Marvell. There are a number of others that we will discuss later. Winner of $80 billion, the CEO, Matt Murphy, announced this morning an expanded strategic partnership with Amazon to provide faster AI infrastructure. All right, but why is this significant? First, Matt Murphy purchased $1 million worth of stock right here. I went out and told them, listen, you need these kinds of insider purchases. In other words, this wasn't $300,000 to paint the tape. They have actually been a partner of NVIDIA. Now, how can you tell if NVIDIA partner is genuine? They don't discuss it. Talking about it constantly are the guys who are kind of fakes. Boom. Given that he is what I consider humble, Michael Dell also doesn't discuss it. Be humble. In any case, I believe that this is the type of issue that people are examining. The SIMs that aren't picked over are what they're examining. No one is picking over this one. Take a look at this. I referred to this as a juggernaut. Tomorrow is their reporting day. Tomorrow is their reporting day. All right, I suppose. Well, we're not sure. It is expected that the guidance would be satisfactory. That is unknown to us. That is simply unknown to us. All right. Let me clarify that we are searching for semiconductors that aren't merely constantly discussed, like Intel, which ended up being the incorrect focus. You were concentrating on the wrong animal. You did indeed. The horse behind Secretariat caught your attention. It was 17 lengths, 23 lengths, or whatever. I visited the Secretariat Cemetery, as I mentioned. Did you? Kentucky Horse Park, indeed. Amazing, the finest. The Secretariat was amazing. Nobody enjoys it. Indeed, similar to NVIDIA. Similar to NVIDIA. Okay, the opening bell will sound in a few minutes. Remember that you can listen to and follow the asterisk squawk on the Street Opening Bell asterisk podcast to catch us anywhere at any time. Resigning, Ernst & Young stated that it was unable to back up the financial statements as they were then published. Vetted stock. Greenberg notes that there is only one member of the special committee. Yes, I was going to add that you should now concentrate on the absurdity of the special committee. The government dislikes self-exoneration because it was regrettably involved in some of these cases with the special committee. The SEC will give you a call and ask, oh, really? Does your special committee consist of X? Do they consist of GOs? Or just of they? Because the government dislikes self-exoneration, they may simply issue a statement stating that there is no special commitment. The government enjoys conducting its own investigations. To enter here, they choose a small secretariat. Indeed, they do. Before we move on, would you like to perform the honors? Yes, why don't we? Gildan Activewear is commemorating its 40th anniversary at the big board today. Scholastic is honoring Dav Pilkey's next novel, *Gogman*, at the NASDAQ. On this shortened trading day, the Tech Select SPDR XLK on the Yahoo Finance platform is looking, well, a little better after dropping by about 1.5% ahead of Thanksgiving. Apple, Microsoft, and NVIDIA are the top three holdings in this portfolio. In November, they all underperformed the S&P 500. You can actually use that news. On Yahoo Finance, we're also examining NVIDIA, one of our most well-liked tickers. On the last trading day of the year, that stock is rising. It's interesting, Jay, that NVIDIA did worse in November than the S&P 500. Indeed, I am NVIDIA. I'm not sure how much of that we should take seriously. I'd agree with you. I don't know. Since the election, I believe there has been a lot of, NVIDIA kind of existed in its own world, don't you think? After earnings, we watched it decline before rising again. Due to some of the friction in producing its highly popular Blackwell chips, there has been some confusion regarding the future course. However, I believe that there is simply a great deal of uncertainty in the world, and the rally has gotten wider. Therefore, is the underperformance of technology more a result of individuals searching elsewhere for the next leg of upside or of tech itself? Indeed, I believe that many people are beginning to voice their concerns. They are, as you say, seeking to expand the demonstration. However, some of the large-cap tech companies have not had a stellar November. Furthermore, they haven't had particularly strong 3-month performances if you stretch out much further. The semiconductor stocks have been underperforming, so if you, I love this word, double click even more, you're going to grab this. The charts have entirely collapsed when NVIDIA and many of those names beneath the surface are. Indeed, there is a great deal of overhang risk here, possibly due to tariffs. It might have an impact on the semiconductor sector. Later on, we will discuss them in further detail. Additionally, Bloomberg reported before the holiday that the FTC was investigating Microsoft. What do you think? Obviously, Google is under regulatory investigation. Furthermore, it's unclear to me whether such issues will disappear with the change of administration. So, for the first time in a long time, there has been discussion about regulatory inspection of the digital companies for years. But for the first time in a long time, they appear to be attempting to more directly enter discussions about these stocks and may even be exerting some pressure. Indeed, it does. Nothing has changed, even though it seems like we were discussing this many years ago. However, the power of all these companies has increased. What if the Chrome browser must be removed by Alphabet? They are, after all, dominant. No, not a deal. So many. Significant. If Chrome must be discontinued, it will be a major concern. Australia is stating that teenagers are not allowed to use social media. That is significant. How concerned are you by this asterisk? The information asterisk claimed that they are requesting that suppliers replace the server racks for Blackwell because they are overheating. I'm not particularly concerned about it. You see, this happened to NVIDIA approximately 5 months ago. The problem with NVIDIA is that they make adjustments really quickly. Additionally, the Blackwell's specific overheating problem has already been resolved, and the design was altered. Thus, Grace Blackwell might be at issue if we're discussing a possible new overheating problem. However, I can categorically state that Jensen is not the type of CEO that enjoys repeating the same mistakes. Therefore, I don't see this issue occurring, or if it is most likely not a significant issue given Jensen or NVIDIA recovered from the last issue in less than 2 months. However, does the need for a delay affect the numbers? The demand for Blackwell was, quote, insane, as Jensen told CNBC, I believe, around a month ago. Therefore, I don't believe that's the issue. However, the timing doesn't seem to change at all. I believe Blackwell is prepared to leave. Blackwell is, I believe, repaired. Our tagline, you have to own NVIDIA into the Blackwell ramp, is still in use. I mean, when Blackwell is escalating, that's going to be the best time to own it. I therefore uphold that. I believe the overheating problem we've experienced, especially with Blackwell, has been resolved. In my opinion, we anticipate a very small amount of volume to arrive in the October quarter, followed by a significant amount in the January quarter. And that's our perspective on NVIDIA. We will receive our money in a reasonable amount of time. Harsh. What are you trying to find then? Perhaps more importantly, what significant turning points will we be watching when we listen to the comments surrounding the earnings? Indeed, if we go back a year and a half, NVIDIA has been raising $2 billion and beating $2 billion on average. In actuality, the quarters are increasing by almost $4 billion each. Therefore, we anticipate slightly less than the $2 billion cadence for the October quarter. The reason we anticipate a $1.3 billion beat is straightforward. Blackwell isn't gone.